Good morning. It is Thursday, the 6th of June, and our reading is from Jeremiah 6:16. Thus says Yahweh, stand by the ways and see, and ask for the ancient paths where the good way is, and walk in it, and you will find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk in it. I will take an application from this for Christendom. And by Christendom, I mean those churches and that group that will call itself Christian, but really isn't, as to distinguish it from the church, which is the universal church made up of believers. And as Christians, we need to continue to walk in the ancient paths. That is God's standards, God's ways, regardless. And unfortunately, much of Christendom says those are archaic. They're out of date. They don't take into consideration whatever. We want to drive on the superhighway. We want to go where it's more comfortable. We get where we want to go faster. We don't get hung up on, well, that's a sin, and God said you shouldn't do that. You don't really understand what Scripture says. Actually, it means this. But the ancient paths are God's ways, and those are the safe ways. And those are the ways that we need to walk on, regardless of what Christendom says about Christianity. So we find the Google Maps, the Waze, W-A-Z-E, which is what I use, and look to those, which is the Bible, and see God's paths. Because while we stumble off them at times, we ask for forgiveness and He picks us up and puts us back on the right path. But no matter how that path looks, that's the path we need to be on, because that's the path where we find peace and rest here, and that's the path that we will walk all the way to heaven. So that's the path where the first sign says salvation comes from Christ. And so I encourage others, those who may be part of Christendom, to look at God's roadmap and become part of the church, part of Christianity. And I'll see you again tomorrow.